Have you ever been evaded by the cash flow glow? Does it always seem like money attracts to other people and not you? This podcast is about the steps to consistent cash flow for entrepreneurs. I believe that you should also have the cash flow glow, and that's about you following consistent steps and processes that will never fail you. Tune in. All right, welcome back to our Speak Life podcast. It's your boy, Mark Mead, and boy, do I have a topic for you today. Today, we're going to be talking about the steps to consistent cash flow for entrepreneurs. It is a thing, I do believe, like when you're getting started, a lot of entrepreneurs don't have money and they're acquiring a skill. That makes a lot of sense to me. The idea that, hey, I don't have the money yet. I'm trying to get the money. I'm trying to be good at a skill. I'm trying to perfect a skill, master a craft, get good at this. And so when you start thinking about the cash flow, consistent cash flow, there's steps to this thing. There's an order to this thing. And I think I want to talk about that today. And we're going to be talking about step number one. Getting and attracting money is an action and a skill. So when we talk about getting money and we talk about attracting money to you, yes, you have to be active. Yeah, and you have to be able to do something. You have to be able to understand how if you are inactive, nothing happens. I know that sounds simplistic, but we're in this great information age where somehow you're just going to sit at your house and thousands of dollars a week are going to land into your bank account because you press some buttons on your computer. And I don't know about that. I think we need to do something, right? Doing something equals activity. And that allows for you to get to a place where you can actually evaluate something. When we talk about attracting money, attracting skill, attracting a talent, attracting a work ethic, we need to pull that thing to us. So as you're pulling this skill to, you're attracting, you're acquiring, what you're understanding is you have talents. You were born with talents, okay? You have acquired talents through the years. You have acquired skills. You're looking to acquire more skills. I don't know if you're looking to acquire more talent, okay? You have talent. The skills will activate the talent. And as you see skills activating talents, that's going to create a bunch of opportunities. But you do have to be in the business of attracting this stuff to you. And so when we talk about getting money, we have to talk about growing skills. Because growing skills on top of your talents create opportunities. And that's all we're in the market to do. We are in the market to stay active, stay in the business so that you can understand that, hey, the step one to this thing is acquiring skills, acquiring disciplines. And this stuff is how it works. So as we get into this thing, we need to understand the activity never goes away. I know some of us want to believe that, hey, I'm going to be active for 2 or 3 years and then I'm going to coast. That's definitely not how this works. Okay? The activity never goes away. You might not be doing the same activity you were doing 3 years ago, which does make sense to me, if it's growing, because you can hire people to do those activities. You can elevate to where your skill sets are best. And that is the euphoric kind of transcendence of an entrepreneur, is moving your skills up or moving your role up to where you are kind of hyper-focused on your best skills. But right now at this stage, we're kind of still learning how to get skill. And so when I look at business and I look at my time in business, there's a time where the only thing I really knew how to do was hustle. That was my talent. There needed to be, listen, hustle's an amazing talent. It's an amazing thing that I was gifted with from my parents and things that I saw and my mindset and what I wanted. But what skill was attached to that? People would ask me, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life? And I'm like, I know how to be broke. which, you know, infuriates and inflames me, which makes me want to hustle. That's what I know how to do. And so this is in my early to mid 20s. Yeah, I have a desire, a burning desire to want to win. But at the end of the day, I had to learn how to stay active, become active in things that actually make sense, grow skill, enhance talent. So on my way to that, I was a guy who had money kind of just go through my hands. You know, I basically was learning how to become a steward of money, become someone who could be trusted with much, not trusted with a little. But on the way to that, I kind of, frizzled out and burned out cash that was in my hands because I didn't take the time to develop skill. As a matter of fact, work ethic was such a talent, and we do this sometimes. I relied on that talent so much that instead of research, I would just outwork everybody. And so, although that is great, wisdom taught me that I needed to work and acquire skill sets and acquire knowledge. And so, as I was putting money out into things, I didn't have the skill set to match my ambition level. By the way, this was still gold for me. I just didn't know it at the time. So as I'm investing in this and investing in that and going to seminars and doing these things, and look, hey, there's a seminar. Hey, you need to invest in this. I'm your guy. I will put up the money. I will make the money. I'll figure it out. I didn't have the skill set to match the ambition level. And I didn't bathe in the art of creating skills. That is a problem because intelligence, ambition, all these things is great. But if you have a lot of intelligence and your ambition level doesn't match the intelligence, you're going down. And if you have a lot of ambition, but the intelligence or the skill set doesn't match the ambition level, you're going down. I'd actually take ambition over intelligence, but when you can marry the two, you're going to crush. And that is what I'm trying to give. This is free game I'm trying to give you that took me maybe a decade to learn. I mean, like flat on my face. And so this stuff is massive and I hope that it brings value, but are you acquiring skill as fast as your ambition level? Are you acquiring skills as fast as your ambition level? Because if you are, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And so what does acquiring skill look like? Research, time, energy, strength, your mind going in the same direction as your ambition level tremendously helps you. And when your ambition level matches your skill set and you see this thing come together, you are going to smoke some people. You are going to do some amazing things. And this is where you are now acquiring the skill of getting money. And so we'll go to step 2. Keeping and stewarding money is a behavior. Trust me on this. I have butchered this as well. So keeping and stewarding. When I was in the mortgage business, I would have some big months. I would always buy myself a little something to remind me that, hey, I'm here to have fun too. This is in my mid-20s. So I wasn't a big spender. I never was like, woo, let's spend. But I was never afraid to invest money. Back to my former point, when I was investing money without research, without knowledge, without skill set, that's where I got burned. And so learning how to keep and steward money became a chief principle for me as an entrepreneur to create and continue success. I had to learn the art of delayed gratification. I remember very well walking into a Cartier store and looking at this gold watch with this diamond bezel. It was like 35 grand. And in my mind, I marked a date when I was going to buy that watch. I'm thinking, It's just a thing. I didn't even know what Cartier was. It's not like I'm just in the mall. I got a little money. I'm a little happy, go lucky. And now it's time to buy some expensive things, man. Of course. So I'm thinking about and I was never going to walk in, swipe a card and walk out. That's just not who I am. But I'll target it. I'm looking, I'm shopping, and listen, I'm young and things are important and material things make sense. So I'm looking at this Cartier watch, and I remember thinking about the date when I would buy it. Now, I need a Cartier watch with a diamond bezel, like I need a bullet in the middle of my forehead. Like, what are we talking about? But I never bought that watch. I went broke before I bought that watch. I went broke in the subprime mortgage debacle of 2008, Wall Street debacle. I went broke. As painful as this is to say, it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. It's so painful to say because that was a rough time. But it taught me, when I came out of that, on the other side of that, that was me in the fire as clay being molded. I was like, even today, I'm like, Cartier watch. I don't even know if I'd ever buy a card like a diamond bezel. I don't know, but it's the furthest thing from my radar. And that's the tale of two men, same person. And so this is massive that you need to understand that keeping and stewarding is a big deal as an entrepreneur and your ability to grow. Delayed gratification is where the discipline really kicks in. And so what you need to understand, if you look at, let's just take professional sports, professional athletes. I heard something from Damon John the other day. He said something, and I kind of looked this thing up. 78% of athletes go broke 3 years after they retire. What? So you have millions of dollars go through your hands, and after 3 years, you're going broke? This is the prime example of not having the right people around you, not having the right disciplines, the right structures, the right ability to keep and steward money. And so you find that you can make money, but if you ain't keeping it, it doesn't much matter. And so you have to understand that this is how it works. And then when you go into step 3, because step 2, as we're keeping and stewarding and understanding sustainability and understanding creating a sustainable road allows for you to walk. We got to walk on something. I love being active. Step 1, I love acquiring skills and understanding work ethic and disciplines. Step 2, I need to now that I'm active, I don't want to just run on dirt. I want to run on a road. Stewarding and keeping is building that road. And now, as we understand, when we steward and keep money, we create momentum because confidence starts to grow when you know you're not going to be out of business in 2 weeks. When you know you're not going to be, you're going out of business because your best employee just quit. You're not going out of business because now if you spend it all and something happens, well, then you're scared to death. But as we go into step 3, the multiplication of money is knowledge and understanding how money moves and understanding how it works for you as an entrepreneur to now start multiplying the money. We got the roads. Now it's time to build the entire complex. We're going to build the trees, and we're going to build the gardens, and we're going to build the homes, and we're going to build this whole thing out. We've got the blueprints. We're rolling. I need you to understand this. It's not how slow you do it at this point. It's now how quick you do it, how fast you do it. Money loves speed. Money loves speed. It doesn't attract what you need it to if you do it slow. It will not attract what you need it to. So let's go back to that. We were building roads, and now we're saying, hey, we need to build listen, if we build the complex really slow, no one's buying the condos. No one's buying the townhouses. If we build them fast, people are coming in and whacking and getting them. But if it takes 5 years to build a townhouse. No one's putting down money. So as we go and now we want to go build this community, and we want to build this business, and we want to build this thing, we need to understand that money loves speed. So as you're building blueprints, and as you're building plans, and as you're building your process, you're now at a place where it's time to run. And so when we talk about the constant flow of money as an entrepreneur, we need to understand that consistent cash flow is about knowing these steps and when to move. And so when we were getting rolling in the insurance business, I had an office in West Orange, New Jersey. It was probably C- space office. And we just don't have the luxury to do these things that we would do down the road. And so, but we're moving, and we're moving fast. So we have to get office space. And, it wasn't, the most square feet, and it wasn't the best space, but we got some space. And then it's like, all right, we got to get some desks in here, some cubicles in here. We got to move. We got to move. People are coming in. People need results. People need a system. People need training. People need what they need. The speed of money was allowing us to grow. And, we were outgrowing things, and we were outgrowing systems, and we were outgrowing these little plays we used to run in the backyard on dirt, and it was time to move. And so, I used to always say back in the mortgage business, I didn't like to join shops that only had 2 reams of paper by the copy machine. Because if it only had 2 reams of paper, guess what? If it only had 2 reams of paper, they weren't making money. Well, one guy was making money, because the mortgage business back in the day was not a digital business. This was a paper business. So when you joined a shop that had 6 to 8, 10 boxes of 10 packs of paper, you knew these boys and girls were closing deals. You knew they were putting a lot of deals at the closing table, because what everything had to do was be packaged in these nice and files and folders, and things had to be delivered to people's homes and go in their house and have them sign the docs. And this stuff, if you're not moving paper, you ain't moving mortgages, you ain't moving money. And so the speed of money has been a thing that has been something that I, reference quite a bit when it comes to the multiplication of business. So when you think about the multiplication of money equaling knowledge, you need to understand that you are the business, and you are a boss. You're moving stuff now. You need to stay informed. You need to stay researched up. You need to stay reading new material. You need to understand the market trends. You need to understand knowledge and growth. You need to understand how this thing works. If you are acquiring knowledge, you are growing, period. Seminars, research, news, market trends, books. You've got to immerse yourself into this thing, because if you don't grow your intelligence, there's going to be a cap on what you're able to do from a business standpoint, and the speed of money will slow down, period. There will be a place that the ceiling that you're going to hit, that you're going to have to recalibrate to figure out how to crack that ceiling. And so why seminars and these things are important, why coaches and mentors are important, is because they see the ceiling way before you do, and they could put you in a position to not hit it as fast. And so you have to understand that investing in yourself and in your people is a big, big deal. Investing in yourself and in your business is a big, big deal, because you're not the only one who needs the knowledge. You're not the only one who needs the seminars. You're not the only one who needs the books. You're not the only one who needs the mentors. Your people do too. And so the more you're growing as a professional, the better it flows down into your business and into your infrastructure and into your team. This is all how we continue to get consistent cash flow as entrepreneurs. And I'll give you this, step 4, on why we do this podcast: sowing seeds today for tomorrow's harvest. I think you need to understand step 4. Not everybody does, but a lot of people do. So step 3 is the multiplication of money is knowledge. Understand that step 4 is giving money is now wisdom. And so we need to understand that when you can put philanthropic endeavors and donating money and giving back to communities as part of your business model, it's a whole nother level. And this is something that took me a while to learn, but I do believe that this foundational deal of giving back, that's not knowledge, that's wisdom. And so when you have learned something and you learn this and you decide that this is the path and the direction that you're going to go, it changes the whole game for you. It illuminates your business. It illuminates you as a founder, CEO, and it invigorates and galvanates your people to be excited about not just the work. What does the work do? Who are we serving? And then here's the byproduct of the work is that we're able to do more for the community. And now that we've learned the activity of gaining and getting money, the skills that it takes to steward, maintain, and keep money, the behaviors that it takes to multiply money, and understanding the power of multiplication, there's also wisdom in giving money. We have to understand that this is what sowing seeds is all about. Guys, as entrepreneurs, we have the highest responsibility to the world. We have the highest responsibility to the world because as entrepreneurs and small business owners, we have the ability to be creative. We have the ability to fill needs that exist and don't exist. We have the ability to grow. We have the ability to help people. We have the ability to hire staff, create jobs, become medium businesses, could become large businesses, become big businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the forefront of what America is all about, of what this podcast is all about. Sowing seeds today equals tomorrow's harvest. There's no doubt about it. We are not negotiating that. We're going to preach that till we're blue in the face because we believe that what you do matters and that putting those seeds in the ground matter. So understanding and mastering these 4 steps is crucial to you as an entrepreneur, to you as a provider to your family, for you as a pillar in your community. And when this all happens, man, people around us get better. And that's the goal, that we can continue to be light, salt and light to this world, and we can continue to give powerful tools to people around us to grow. I hope this message resonates. Pray to God this helps. I hope these 4 steps help you. This is me looking in the mirror of my entrepreneurial journey and what I've seen that works and what I've seen that doesn't work. If this registers with you, please subscribe to the podcast. We are absolutely looking to grow. We are absolutely looking to bring more value to more entrepreneurs and more small business owners out there. Please subscribe to the podcast. And if this hits you in a different kind of way, comment in the comments. What have you done to get money? What have you done to steward money well? What have you done to multiply money? And what have you done from a wisdom standpoint to give money? We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to continue the conversation around what we can do as a people to grow business. Thanks for listening.